A slight adjustment to the schedule. The men are back here on center court. It is the back-to-back champions, Royal Crown Lions, and only a few returning faces for this squad, Justice Hazley being one of them, number 24 in white. Of course, they're taking on St. Jude's there in blue. As we are set for tip-off, Justice Hazley gets the first opportunity, but blocked at the top by number 30, Serene Khan of St. Jude's. And what a great start to this game. Marcus Hallstad, number 35 in blue, working down Hazley with the strip to the near side. Attacking the paint, getting the finish, Cairo Perry. Another one of the returning players here from Mike DiGiorgio's squad. On the near side now, Kimani Walters. Top side three, up and bottom, Serene Khan. Justice Hazley over the timeline, trying to get past the primary defender. The alley-oop, almost bringing down the house, intended for Jan Ariel Kuaku Afili, who got behind a beautiful pick set by Xavier Istomin Monroe. So shooting two now, Royal Crowns, number 9, Kuku Afili. Perfect from the charity stripe. St. Jude's now looking to get the ball in on a full court press by Royal Crown. Tristan Jones, the primary ball handler, up and over. Nice extra pass. The defender gets in the air, and the bucket, Marcus Hallstad, showing a little bit of IQ and patience there. Hazley, a little shiftiness over the timeline. Time and space, dials it from deep off the back of the iron. Last touch by St. Jude's. Royal Crown retained possession. And we can expect Royal Crown to be firing on all cylinders from the get-go, knowing Mike DiGiorgio and the way he coaches this squad.
There's no drop-off for them. I will say there's summer, but there's summer training for them, right? It's just that they keep it consistent all year.
Travel, the big man, picked up both his feet at the same time. Xavier Istomin Monroe.
The tallest on the floor by far. 7 foot tall is his statistic there.
Yes, you're right.
And I don't really think that's something you could lie about, at least from his height. So
if you're 6'11" and calling yourself 7 feet, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Jones hands it off to the near side now. Shots up and good. Michael Sipos. Hazley. Walters. Kunkun Afili, and a push in the back. Foul's going to go on number 10 in blue, Michael Sipos.
Something that I think St. Jude's really needs to learn how to adopt early, especially with Istomin Monroe, with his height.
How do you get that open? There's Kakuna Afili with the easy flush. Continue.
I was a bit confused by that one, but with what you need to do with him is you have to kind of almost hedge it a little bit, where you need to be in front of him, and as soon as they are going to try to lob the ball, you just have to try to jump the gap and get there before his hands can, because you're not going to out-jump him, so you just kind of need to be a bit more crafty.
Jones is off the mark with the three-pointer, tries to come away with the steal. Hazley now into the front court, into the corner. Shots up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Royal Crown, second chance opportunity, third chance opportunity. And finally, St. Jude's comes away with it. Whistle down on the floor. Foul's going to be called on number 6, Xavier Istomin Monroe, 98 feet from his own basket. Second foul on Royal Crown. Caden Thomas over the timeline, working on Hazley. Down inside, that pass off the mark. Justice Hazley lobbing it up and finishing it, regardless of the beauty of it, was Cairo Perry. On the far side now, into the lane, using the backboard, no good. Second chance opportunity. That one rebounded by Perry. Pushing the pace. There's Hazley. From 3, it's good. Tristan Jones slowly up to the timeline. Nice handles, gives it up. It's Sipos. Khan now on the near side, working into double traffic. Good relocating by St. Jude's here. And Sipos hits the shot from just beyond the free throw line. Justice Hazley quickly up the court. Nice handoff and nice finish. Ice Tolman Monroe.
He needs to be pushed out of that lower block because it's always going to go in when he's down that low.
Quick move. But a push on the side going to be called on Kwaku Afili. And checking in now is Mikhailo Lipka for Royal Crown, along with Levi Molotowski. Molotowski wearing number 20, guarding the inbound pass. Sipos again from the mid-range. And Michael Sipos is showing he can get it done inside. He's quick on the jump, good release. Justice Hazley, way too much time and space, gives it up. That shot off the mark. Sipos knocks it out to a teammate. Numbers for St. Jude's, moving down the right side. The block and the run out. Another block called, this time on St. Jude's number 35, Marcus Halstead. Hazley gets it in. Cairo Perry, the extra pass. Down inside, Perry. Working on one, fading away off the mark. Trying to swallow up that rebound. Ice Tolman Monroe. St. Jude's into the corner. Here it is, shots up. No good, a little too light on that shot. Hazley with the response, yes. And Justice Hazley definitely turning into one of the leaders of this squad. The way he plays, the way he communicates, and just everything he does on and off the court is leadership. Good hands in the passing lanes. Turnover for the Lions, turned right back over to St. Jude's. Caden Thomas couldn't keep it in. Lipka has it on the side. Travis Richards checks in. Xavier Ice Tolman Monroe gets his first chance to breathe. Here's Hazley. Working on Ryan Jones. Hazley at the top. Deep 3 off the front of the iron. Right back. No. St. Jude's come away with it and pushing the pace. 1-2 stepping into the lane. Left-handed finish around the rim. Good, Ryan Jones. Kwaku Afili using the screen to get down into the paint. Long strides and one opportunity. Beautiful finish for Jan Ariel Kwaku Afili. It's a 5-point lead for St. Jude's early. That falls to the hands of Caleb Zhu. And Justice Hazley over the timeline. Nice pass. Wadded away by Serene Khan. Love the follow through for St. to go. Levi Molotowski finds the cutter. St. Jude's with the rebound. Caden Thomas. Bounce pass. Near side. Serene Khan tripped up. No foul called. It's going to be an out of bounds. Last touch by St. Jude's. There is a timeout on the floor.
For right now, there's not really a lot technically that either team isn't really able to achieve right now. And that just falls on to the fact that they're both strong programs individually. Something that I would like to see is maybe more of a consideration for the inside paint.
Yep.
I think for right now, both teams are doing a very good job at the mid-range game, and there's shooters on both rosters. But it's also going to come down to who's going to make fewer mistakes. Right now, this is probably the most evenly matched team we've kind of seen all day from the get-go. With all the games so far, there's been a bit of a discrepancy, more than 5 points in terms of the scoring. Right now, 5 points is easily can be gotten back. 2 mistakes, it's not that much. So both of these teams are very, very evenly matched. It's going to come down to what team is able to make less mistakes down the stretch, because right now you can tell both of these rosters are trained, and they're trained well. So it's really going to see whose playmaking ability is going to be able to over-exceed the other is kind of how we're looking at this right now.
This game definitely has a different feel to it than the previous games. And the intensity and the competitiveness and the IQ and the movement and the communication. And floater is good from the baseline. Levi Molotowski getting involved here offensively. Sareem Khan gives it up. Extra pass into the paint. 1-on-3. The shot is smooth. Ryan Jones with another Jimmy inside. Kimani Walters works around the screen, pulls up from just inside the three-point line. On the follow-through, Travis Richards scratched that. Jan Ariel Kuakuafili. A little trouble there for St. Jude's, but they get it back out. That shot by Marcus Halstead is off the mark. Way too much time and space for Lipka, who drains the three, and just like that, Royal Crown up 10. Ten seconds left in the opening quarter. The handoff, Khan, near side. Fake the drive, shots up, no. Kuakuafili 1-on-7, it seems. He had his head down the whole way. And after 8 minutes of play, it's a 10-point lead for Royal Crown as we step aside for a quick intermission break. Eight more minutes on the clock for the opening half. St. Jude's trails Royal Crown, the back-to-back OSBA champions. Keeping and taking for himself was Toro Ole. That shot wide left. Now hounding defense here by St. Jude's into the corner. Royal Crown shot threes good by Cordell Diaz. Right back the other way. A little action in the paint. Looking for a shooter. Sareem Khan from deep. The response not there. Kimani Walters down inside. That pass a little too high and turned over. Sareem Khan resets far side. Ryan Jones. Khan. Shots up and down. Kimani Walters. 6'3" guard, the 2027 guard. Trying to find his spot on this roster. And again, the ball inside to Ice Toman Monroe gets swallowed up. St. Jude's changing their defensive approach to the big man. The shot doesn't fall for Caden Thomas. Cordell Diaz now downhill. He's going to absorb some contact. Foul's going to go on Caden Thomas.
Josh Tomlinson checking into the game there for St. Jude. Substituting out of the game, number 35, Halstead. He was showing some really fast-paced ball movement earlier on in the game here. I also think that shows a testament to both organizations as they have a sound bench. And obviously, we're not going to be able to see everybody play today, but solid bench from start to finish.
Caden Thomas gives it up to Ryan Jones. Jones, the extra pass to Khan. The shot off the iron, rebounded by Ice Toman Monroe. Walters now from the elbow. The Jimmy's off the mark. Ice Toman Monroe tries to put it back. That one blocked at the top by Jones. Time and space, but the shot's off the mark for Walters. And now Ice Toman Monroe going back up, blocked again, but contact down low is going to send him to the free throw line.
We talk about the ability for recruitment and the ability to find players from everywhere. It's interesting when you see a player from, I believe he's from Australia, come all the way from there to play for a Toronto prep school. I think it's pretty unique, and also it also shows to the weight of the program and the league itself with the OSBA. If he's coming all the way over here for the competition and the skill level that this league has been able to bring out, I think that's already a fantastic step in the right direction.
A tough take and a tough make for Ryan Jones. The and one opportunity foul is going to go on Mikhailo Lipka for contact at the rim as we see Cairo Perry check back in for Lipka. So the free throws missed. The rebound corralled by Toro Ole. And a backcourt violation gives the ball right back to Royal Crown, who have a 9-point lead, 5:36 remaining in quarter number 2 here at the 2024 OSBA Fall Showcase. JJ Evison, Sydney Holmes here all weekend on the call. If you're in the Markham area, we do encourage you to come check out some of the action live. It is a more physical, quicker, just the energy you can't quite get from being in the gym. It's phenomenal. Royal Crowns leads up to 12.
Well, it's a true family atmosphere. I was going to say, there's teams supporting competition, but a lot of these guys and a lot of these women will play with each other at the provincial level. So they all kind of know each other. They've been competing with each other for years. So it's always high-level competition. It's great to see.
Ole's 3 brings the lead back down as Ice Toman Monroe going for the hammer and double and triple teamed every single time he catches the ball down low, and that's really the only way you can defend a 7-footer at this level.
It's hard. I mean, I always have the advantage in knowing what it's like going up against people who are taller than you naturally. I was always the smallest in my position, but being a power forward and not really having the height, or even being a center and not having the height, you become resourceful and you learn how to position yourself on the floor that allows you to succeed. Meaning, you're never going to outjump him. You need to box him out and push him high enough that he doesn't have a chance to get the ball. Or if you're trying to deny him getting a pass, stand in front of him, put one arm on his chest and one arm out, and then when the ball and then when the ball is in the air, that's when you jump at it. It gives you a better opportunity to get one up on him, because honestly in the height department you're not going to do so.
A lot of the work defending a player like that comes before any action towards that player. And great defense there by Kimani Walters to swallow up the ball and create a turnover. As we see Java Luke, number 1 in blue for St. Jude's, come into the game. It's a 10-point game. Justice Hazley over the timeline, working on Jones. Gives it up to Cairo Perry. Another pass to E, the guy who was lovingly referred to as E.
That pass just needs to be a bit higher. I think he passed it at his chest, but his chest, he has to bring his arm so far down just to get it. Like, just needs to be a bit higher.
Quick inbound pass here for St. Jude's, not allowing Royal Crown to set up deep in a trap. Ryan Jones, 1-2 stepping, blocked at the top by Cairo Perry. And E with the rebound. Pushes it up far side, Cordell Diaz. Back to E. Looking inside. Great job by Toro Ole preventing Ice Tolman Monroe from getting position. That ball's knocked out of bounds, and there's a timeout on the floor. Both teams looking to talk it over. 4:08 left in the opening half. It's a 10-point game. Royal Crown seemingly in control here, but St. Jude's keeping themselves within striking distance.
Still looking at, I mean, again, the deficit's kind of increased a little bit, but only by 5 points if you consider where we kind of finish off in the first quarter there. Again, it's not so much that I think that St. Jude's is in a position where they're not really making correct plays, and same with their opponents, the Lions. It's just that they're knocking down baskets at a more consistent rate than St. Jude's roster is.
Inbound pass, Royal Crown looking for the quick one. They get it to the 7-footer. He's blocked at the top by Ryan Jones. That's 2 blocks now for Jones on the big man. Turned over, though, and Royal Crown, Hazley, lobbing it up. The big man not prepared for it. We all know that Justice Hazley loves those lobs. His Australian teammate still learning that, it seems.
I think they'll get in the flow of it, obviously, as the season goes on, and they kind of get a bit more used to each other. But those, especially if you've never played with a person who's 7 foot, it's not the most common thing in the world, but those passes need to be high, and they need to be high, and they need to send him to the position where he's going to be.
Sareem Khan looking inside. That pass turned away, and a foul will be called on Ryan Jones for reaching in on Levi Molotowski. Hazley now to E. Back to Hazley. Has a lane, keeps, gets hit in the face as he's going for the finger rolls. So 2 shots upcoming for Justice Hazley. Former All-Star and MVP of the Canadian Nationals a few years ago. Good on the first attempt. The second off the mark, rebounded by Toro Ole. And things will settle down in the hands of Ryan Jones. Behind the back, jumper just inside the 3-point line. No, rebound there. Josh Tomlinson, who puts it right back up off the front of the iron. That rebound swallowed up by Mikhailo Lipka. Feet set, shots up, no good. Ole can't corral that rebound. But he is, but the last to touch it was E. And St. Jude's on the offensive. 3 minutes remaining in the opening half. Olay gives it up. Sareem Khan for three. No. Justice Hazley gets the rebound and is out on the run. Head up, looking for a teammate. No one there. To the near side now. Far corner. That intercepted. Khan going to take it the whole way. No call. Royal Crown, it's a 4-on-3. Kick out, attack the paint. Good decision, Levi Molotowski. 13-point lead, Royal Crown. And Ryan Jones directing traffic. Sends Luke through. Gives it up to Justice Hazley. Hazley is out on the run. Met at the top in the third block of the opening half by Ryan Jones. And he ain't afraid of anybody. Here comes Jabba Luke. With a pretty reverse lay-in, that's good. Molotowski creating some contact, nothing to call there. Got to get it in, Hazley has it. And now Jones is called for the foul at the timeline. As we get a pair of substitutions. Going to the bench for Royal Crown is E. And seeing some minutes. Jan Ariel Kuaku Afili back on the court. Quick pass to the far side, sending through Lipka to Hazley. Hazley at topside three, flush. In rhythm, beautiful pass. Josh Tomlinson from just inside the three-point line, no good. Fought for the rebound, both number nines. Last touched by Kwaku Afili. St. Jude's another chance on the offensive end.
It seems like the play has almost slowed down a bit from both sides. They're becoming a lot more clinical on their decisions and what chances they're actually taking. Fantastic shot there, though.
Alex Panuzio comes up clutch. All the way down the court. Hazley again looking for contact. And you can't get caught up in looking for the whistle, right? You got to play through.
It's one of the biggest things I think they teach younger players coming to the game, like younger than these guys playing right now, is the ability to play through contact, not just throwing up your arms when you think that you deserve the call, because honestly, it eliminates, it completely takes you out of the play, it takes you out of the game. Play through it, and if you end up getting the foul afterwards, great. If not, put it to the wayside.
Sareem Khan attacking the paint, no good. The rebound there, second chance opportunity. That rebound swallowed up by Kwaku Afili, and now Justice Hazley over the timeline. Has some options, moves into the paint, keeps himself, left-handed finish, no good. St. Jude's now moving forward with it. It's Khan. Has the pass, near side, fading away. Can't get it to go, and another defensive rebound there by Kwaku Afili. He's going to keep it over the timeline himself, pull it back, look for some help, gives it up to Lipka, and finds Hazley. Hazley now dancing with it on the near side. Kwaku Afili. Good hang time there, and it looks like Ryan Jones will get called for another foul. Wait for the number coming from the official. And the foul will go on Josh Tomlinson, number 11 in blue.
Coach for St. Jude's was looking at the score clock, and it's kind of hard to ignore. You got 7 fouls counted to 1 for the opposing side there for the Lions, but I understand no team's perfect. And again, they're evidently not, because they do have 1 foul, but it's almost in situations like this where you're like, are they that imperfect that the other team is just a bit better in terms of the foul department? I'm not too sure.
There was a couple calls, too, that, you know, you could have seen called. Didn't go that way, but again, got to play the game. Deep three off the mark from Alex Panuzio, and out ahead of everybody, Justice Hazley waits for a teammate, takes it himself. Following the play, Cairo Perry with the rebound and the putback. 5 seconds left in the opening half. Quick pass up the court. Shot's got to be off, and it is. Tomlinson, no, the rebound not up in time from Alex Panuzio, and it's 43-28 in favor of Royal Crown at the half. Stick with us. More basketball coming up in just 5 minutes' time here from Bill Carruthers Secondary School as part of the 2024 Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association Fall Showcase. Well, as we get our first look at the 2024-2025 Royal Crown Lions, it's not quite. Bandelli out, Austin Good out and moved on. Sean Blake, one of the leading scorers from last year's squad, but Justice Hazley doing a good job getting the new teammates involved as they lead here 43-28 to start the second half. St. Jude's looking for something to build on from that first half. That three off the mark. And the jam, there we go. Hazley that time connects with Kwaku Afili on the throwdown. Death taxes and Justice Hazley looking for the alley-oop. Right, Sydney? He just loves that play, and who doesn't? When it gets the gym up on their feet, you get an injection of energy.
Well, it's interesting. Earlier in the game, they did an alley-oop play, alley to like a layup or like it was still a phenomenal play. I couldn't do it, but the Lions didn't get up, and they see that kind of play. I'm like, that's fantastic. I was expecting like the whole gym to erupt, but I think it's just something they've come used to seeing from them so far.
That pass, I think, was intended for Cairo Perry, ended up in the hands of Eastoman Monroe, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot two, as Hazley has a quick word with head coach Mike DiGiorgio. And these two always in communication throughout games. Not many have the connection that Justice Hazley and head coach Mike DiGiorgio do have. Something that more players and coaches should strive for.
I think that's also something we can say that's been kind of a constant theme with the winning sides for today is the amount of communication that falls not only from the bench, the players on the floor, but also the coaches pulling them aside right as that moment happens.
Coughed up. Royal Crown out on the run. Nice bounce to get time and space. Kimani Walters extends the lead here for Royal Crown. Jackson Carmichael into the front court, gives it up. Sipos near side. Panuzio up top. Marcus Halstead loses the handle, and two offensive possessions result. Jude's got to take care of the ball, and that's going to bring in two new players, Tristan Jones and Sareem Khan. Hazley up the near side. The handoff. Kwaku Afili back to Justice Hazley. Into trouble. Foul on the arm. Shooting two. So foul's going to go on Marcus Halstead for St. Jude's.
Even though it feels like this game is a lot closer, every time I look up at the scoreboard, it's just Royal Crown is slowly chipping away at their lead.
And that's what they do. They just add and add in every quarter. And that's part of the preaching here, right? The game is 4 quarters. 21-point lead now. Make it 22. Tristan Jones hands it off. Ball finds its way to Sipos. Back to Jones, but again, tipped off the fingertips of a Royal Crown player. Couldn't see it from this angle. But the officials say, yes, it did in fact touch a player wearing white. St. Jude's will keep it. Quick inbound pass, 3 seconds to get it off, and foul called. Tristan Jones will head to the free throw line. Off the back of the iron for Jones. The second off the mark too. Sipos gets the rebound, kicks it back out. Khan's going to settle it down. Baseline pass, too tough to handle. 2 seconds remain on the shot clock for St. Jude's, who have it on the baseline, so it's going to be a quick catch and shoot situation. Maybe have one dribble or so. Fading away. Jones no good. And Royal Crown away with the rebound. It's Justice Hazley pushing the pace. Beautiful find. The recipient Walters there with the easy lay-in. able to get behind the defense. It knew Hazley had his eyes up the whole time. That ball intercepted, and the reverse jam, Jan Ariel Kouakou Afili. That causes a timeout on the floor. St. Jude's calling that timeout. Really got to figure out a way to slow this Royal Crown team down, because once they get a ball rolling, it is difficult to stop. It's 54-28 now, 5:37 left in the third quarter.
Consistency, I would say, is pretty much on brand for Royal Crown, and their ability, I wouldn't say that they're kind of demolishing St. Jude's in the sense of it's every quarter's a close game. But like you said, JJ, they're able to slowly chip away at that total every quarter, which again is looking at the result that we're seeing right now on the scoreboard. They're consistent. They also don't get flustered in times of conflict. When you see if there's a play that's not working or if a rotation doesn't work, they immediately pull themselves together. They say, okay, we have this option, this option, and this option. It's like they're so well trained to the point where they have other options at their disposal that it's not just one play and done. And that honestly falls back onto not only their training, but also their basketball IQ as players themselves.
Baseline out of bounds in the defensive end for St. Jude's Academy. It will be Ryan Jones to inbound the ball. Here's Jones now, guarded by Hazley. Works to the left. Kahn takes the handoff, moving downhill, gives it up. Jones now on the far side. Marcus Halstead. Caden Thomas trying to put the moves on Walters. Pass to, and St. Jude's turns it over. Here comes Mikhailo Lipka, number 3 in white, sending Cairo Perry to the bench. See if Mike DiGiorgio, head coach of Royal Crown, goes a little deeper into his bench here with the lead that they have. 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. Checks into the game. That shot is off the mark from Diaz. Walters finds the diving Zhu, and Caleb Zhu will head to the free throw line for the and one opportunity.
It's even with that and one, though, he was still shaking his head. It's like he was still disappointed in himself. But that's a good play. It's a decent play.
Misses the free throw, gets the rebound. Lipka up to the top. Walters now back to Lipka. Lipka moving into the paint. Finds the shooter in the corner. Molotowski, yes. Kahn gives it up. Tristan Jones. Caden Thomas. Back to Jones. Now wants the screen. On the far side, Toro Ole into the paint. 1-2 stepping and gets the basket and the harm. So number in blue, Toro Ole will head to the free throw line for an and one opportunity. Justice Hazley comes back in for Royal Crown. Walters will take a seat on the bench.
Not a lot of substitutions coming from St. Jude's side, which is understandable. You kind of want to keep your strongest roster out there, but really quick rotations for Royal Crown. They're not allowing players to really get too tired out there on the floor.
Cordell Diaz gets the easy lay-in off a beautiful pass from Caleb Zhu, who swallows up another missed free throw rebound. That's a deep three, Tristan Jones, right in front of the Royal Crown bench. And St. Jude's have an awful long way to go still if they want to come back into this game. 1:08 remaining in the third quarter, 66-37 in favor of the Lions. With the handoff, gets it right back, looking for the corner shooter, and you betcha, Levi Molotowski again. Ole calls his number from 3. No, Hazley with the rebound. Head up, looking for anybody up ahead of him. Keeps the dribble alive. Molotowski right back to Hazley. Has shooters on the far side. Extra pass. No good. Zhu with another rebound offensively. And that's what you do as a big man. You catch it and you go back up with it. He did put it to the floor there, but no one reached in to try and cause some havoc. Another deep three. That one's off the back of the iron. You follow your shot, you might get a rebound, just like Tristan Jones did. Hands it off. Toro Olay, easy two. Hazley right to Zhu in the middle. No one in front of him. Big man going up strong. Last touched off the fingertips of Michael Sipos. And so the Lions one last chance at a bucket before the end of the third quarter. Ryan Jones checks in for Sipos. Inbound pass, quick into the middle of the paint. And St. Jude's unable to get the shot off at the expiration of the quarter. 71-39, and another quarter where Royal Crown continue to see their lead grow.
Talking about the overall theme of all of the games today, I know we said a lot of it is dusting off the cobwebs, kind of just seeing what plays out here. One of the strengths I do want to say from all of these teams is the basketball IQ level is insanely high, and as it should be for players competing at this level. But something else I want to point out too is the speed at which they're able to play at is significantly higher than other high school programs who don't necessarily have the ability to train all day in, all day out on the sport as well as pursue their education at the same time, which is something that I think is fantastic with not only these leagues, but also all of these clubs that are putting their teams into this tournament. So you can understand that the skill level between these two teams, even though there's such a discrepancy in the score, both of these teams have fantastic players. St. Jude's, Royal Crown, fantastic teams. It's just when you are playing now at a higher level, the smaller mistakes just get exploited a bit more, and then you can kind of see what team is able to capitalize on making less, if that makes sense.
Totally. I think when you look at the schedule of some of these men and women, they're up and starting their morning practices at 6 a.m. Then they have school from 8 to noon, and then it's an hour lunch break followed by weightlifting, and then they're out of school at 3:30, and then they're back in the gym for practice, and the second chance opportunity for Ryan Jones if St. Jude's doesn't go there. Hazley the other way. That misses. Zhu on the rebound and the putback, yes. And so these kids are having 12-hour days, and 4 of those hours are dedicated to training, both specifically for the sport and weightlifting exercise as well. And I don't recall that, being an option when I was in high school.
Exactly. It was more so you would go, 2 practices, maybe 3
practices a week,
if
yeah.
anything, and then you'd go right into tournaments and games. And it's the fact that we had such skillful players coming out of that time is fair enough, but could you imagine if they had the skills or they had the resources, sorry is a better word, to play and perform in these kinds of showcases leading into them going to the NBA or college or university? All of those kind of options I think would be fantastic for them.
And it's not for the faint of heart either. That's really tough to live by day in, day out, but the best to do it, do it, and stay consistent, as you've been pointing out this entire day. Royal Crown now stuck in the corner. Levi Molotowski finds Hazley doubled near the timeline. Hazley with the hook. He got him with the hook. The referee at midcourt saw it. Can't get away with that. It is a 33-point lead for Royal Crown, the defending back-to-back champions.
But also touching on names of players who I think we're going to mention a lot. Justice Haley, I think, is a name that's going to be mentioned quite a bit this season.
I mean, Justice Hazley has been a name that's been mentioned for the past 3 years, and somebody who has high aspirations for himself of going, south of the border to play Division I basketball, making a professional name for himself. Molotowski down to Zhu on the block. Cross-court pass. Hazley into the lane. Whip pass to the corner. Can't be corralled there by E. It was just off of target. It's Tristan Jones now working to the left. Last touched by Justice Hazley. Checking back in for Royal Crown, Xavier Istoman Monroe, the 7-footer out of Australia. He sends Caleb Zhu back to the bench. Got to be aware of the inbounder. St. Jude's turning it over Ryan Jones dribbling it off his foot. And Australia, we know, is a big basketball nation, right? We've been talking a lot about their National Basketball League, and you look at how that country competes on an international stage.
Coming off of actually winning the national championships last season with the Sydney Comets too, so he already has like that winning mindset going into this season, and I can only imagine, first of all, how tough it would be being so far away from home. The 16-hour time difference is astronomical, especially at this age, but it's nice to know that you're a part of a program and an organization that is going to better you as a basketball player.
That shot off the mark, misses everything. Ice Tolman Monroe kicks it ahead on the near side here. Into the paint, gets it right back. And another shot attempt almost blocked by Ryan Jones, but this time it's Ice Tolman Monroe getting the better of the matchup and finishing the play for two. Olay and Jones playing catch. Hazley looking up, decides to keep it, knows there's a big man to his right, kicks it to the corner. One more pass. Lipka from the top side. Bottom. Five and change remaining in regulation time here from the 6 o'clock tip-off. We've got another game coming up at 7:30, and then that'll wrap day one. We've got tip-off from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow and likely Sunday as well. So thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned all weekend. You got a 20-minute break and another alley-oop opportunity. That time results in a travel, and Justice Hazley is begging his big man to complete one of those plays.
I think, again, the pass just needs to be a little bit higher. They'll get it. They'll get it. I think they're so close. But once they do get it, we're going to see some massive dunk packages, I think, during the regular season.
I think they can have a highlight reel, just the two of them.
Oh, for sure.
Toro Olay keeps, takes, fading away. That one off the front of the iron and into the hands of Kuakuafili. Hands it off now. Walters, top side, into the middle. Extra pass. Shots off the mark there to swallow up the rebound, and the putback is E. It's a 40-point game as we approach the 4-minute mark of the final quarter. Foul called near the baseline as we get another substitution for St. Jude's. Tristan Jones will head to the bench. And scratch that. Josh Tomlinson checking back in. Ryan Jones, one of the standouts for the St. Jude's squad. Been doing it defensively. He's got those 3 blocks. Been doing it offensively from the inside, the outside. Misses the second free throw there. Walters pushing the pace. Monster jam, Kimani Walters. No mercy. Up 40.
I was just about to say, I think Kahn could have done a little bit better just stepping up more, but I can understand when you just see him coming full-blown speed at you, I can understand maybe stepping off a little bit.
Again, it's preseason. It's a showcase tournament. Out ahead of the pack. Here's Jones with the two-handed flush. Walters brings it over the timeline on the near side. Cairo Perry to the hoop. Doesn't get it to go, but following through was Jan Ariel Kuakuafili with the tap in. Tristan Jones directing traffic, pushing people out, working back into the middle, hands it off. Olay, one more pass. Ryan Jones from just inside the three-point line. That's good. We approach the 3-minute mark, 84-45 left in regulation. Here at Crown and St. Jude's Academy from the Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association's 2024 Fall Showcase. And here out on the run, Ryan Jones now. It's a 4-on-2. Jones keeps to the left and into Cairo Perry. So Jones to the free throw. You know, each year you want to progress and continue to get better for Royal Crown. That's an awful tough ask, as they won their division in the men's East last year, just dropping 2 games, but 10-0-0 in the division. At 87.5 winning percentage is awful tough to improve on. Fort Erie Red, the only team, the better winning percentage, and that was 100%. They won all 16 of their games last season, but lost in the final.